My name is Miriam and I have been coming to Venture for almost 10 years now. I'm from the Middle East, I'm from Egypt. Came to the US for school. A coworker of mine invited me to Venture. I started coming in 2014 and there's a team that serves the Middle East. So I was like, okay, God, maybe I'm here because you want me to bless back the Middle East. But at the same time, I was feeling, God, you want me here. So what more can I do being here? During that time, it was not an easy season for my life. I actually was going through treatment, very harsh treatment. But Chip Ingram was doing a series about holy ambition. And at the end of the first sermon, he said, pray and ask God what he wants you to do for him. I prayed at the end of the sermon and I heard guitar. And I was like, this is completely crazy. I dismissed it. I don't know anything about guitar. I don't know how to play, never owned a guitar, nothing. I almost envisioned myself playing on the stage with the worship team. And I was like, okay, I'm really going crazy with this. It's not possible. Because it happened so many times, I was like, okay, God, I want to be obedient. I want to open the doors for you to use me if this is something you want. At work, I see this guy that I don't even know his name, but he was carrying a guitar. And so I approached and asked him, are you learning? Are you playing? He gave me the link to his teacher. A few months later, I see the same guy again at work. And then he asked me, did you do anything? And I'm like, no. And I got so convicted. I felt like, God, you already told me I need to do something about this. So I actually went and I bought a guitar that day. I came back to work after lunch with a guitar. I took the guitar and I started practicing some things at home. And I just was seeing God teaching me this very quickly. I couldn't believe, I would feel God's presence when I take the guitar and start worshiping Him. And then the worship team opened the door for auditions. So I emailed them and asked them if they would be willing just to accept me attending rehearsals. To my surprise, the response email was like, Miriam, come and audition. I came in and I remember after I played the first song, Shep looked at me and he was like, welcome to the team. And I was like, what is happening? I couldn't believe it. Actually, I had teared up and I couldn't believe, God, you just had told me this maybe, 1 year ago, and here I am, even in the middle of everything, this is becoming true. I don't feel like I'm an extrovert person. It's not my nature to go initiate conversations with people, especially when it comes to God. And so I feel like I'm not fulfilling the Great Commission because I don't have that character. But because of guitar, I realized that God just opened doors for me that I could never imagine. So I started taking my guitar everywhere. And that just opened the door for random conversations. People would ask, okay, do you play? And because of this, I keep telling people, yeah, I actually play and I have a team that I play with and play in church. And why don't you come and check us out? And it opened so many doors for me to invite so many people to church. People from different cultures, different religious backgrounds, and of course not everybody accepts the invitation. But surprisingly, a lot of them actually do accept the invitation, and some even come more than once. Last year, I remember I was scheduled for Christmas services. I was introducing Tim to my friends and co-workers that came. And there were people from Turkey, India, Bangladesh, China, from Egypt and the United States. And just such an image of how God brings the nations to us. Coming to Venture made me aware that the Bay Area is very different. God called me from Egypt to come to the Bay Area. Serving on the missions teams allowed me to be part of what God is doing in Egypt and in the Middle East. But being here and being open to follow God in His calling me to worship Him with my guitar opened doors for me to reach the nation far beyond what I have ever imagined. And I really feel God is calling us, whoever is living here right now, that we have a mission to reach these people, and that's the church vision too. And I would encourage everybody to join on this great adventure with God to reach the Bay Area.